sometimes it's easier for me to keep going than to quit.
Life is real. You know what I mean? You have to go out there and put the work in.
And if you've never been in the pit at a NASCAR race, do it.
The time you put in while no one is around will be what sets you apart when everyone is watching.
Because a lot of times you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a cool little idea. But once they really understand where you're coming from, the meaning behind it all in your heart, what you really want to accomplish, that's when people dive in. They really get on board with it. All right, we'll hit that live button. What's up? Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon. Whatever time you're listening in, wherever you're listening from. Shout out to the Spotify listenership, Apple, YouTube, Google Podcasts, even Geo Savant, man, wherever you're tapping in the world. We just got the rap numbers. We're in 5 countries. We got listeners listening consistently, mostly in the US, UK and stuff, but some other countries. So shout out to everyone, whether you're in the first world, third world, tapping in, man. We're linking up with that entrepreneurial mindset, that grind, that, I will not lose, that passion. And the theme of 2026 is working some rest in there too. So I'm going to get to interview this man. I mean, every year it's at the top of his career. There's a huge resume, has worked with everyone, French, Coke Boy signed artist, hip hop producer, award-winning, multiple years for best producer, but also has a catalog of rap that goes back at least a decade. So we're talking with Mr. Red McFly here.
What's going on?
How's it going, man? What's up?
Everything's great. It's a good year. Starting off 2026 with a bang.
What'd you do for New Year's?
New Year's, I was down, shout out to Paz. I was downtown on 7th and Hamilton. They did the big celebration. DJ Menace and them brought me out, performed a record. So I brought in New Year's with the city.
That's wild. Yeah. That's dope. So you were working, but still home.
Yeah. Had my kids down there and everything. So it was dope.
Appreciate that, man. Could have been anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So for my listeners that are familiar, one of the things that I wanted to stand out is no matter where you've gone in the world, who you've networked with, you've been on radio claiming Allentown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Settled down here. And so it's awesome to bring that back and really put us on the map. I saw you were just shouted out for producing I listened to it at least 3 times this morning, man. That drop is crazy, but Make America Wavy Again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, shout out to French and Max. That was the first single on the album. They just dropped Coke Wave 3.5 Narcos. I did 4 tracks on that album. And that Make America Wavy Again, that's like to me, like that was like when that dropped, and then I was like, damn, this is gonna be a great year this year. Cause it's only gonna go up from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a hell of a way to open the year.
Coming in and everything, so it's dope. Yeah.
So you have, people don't know, you've won Lehigh Valley's hip hop producer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You were up with there. Shout out to Phase 1, 0. I think Naughty Nuisance, who we were just talking about, was on there.
Oh yeah.
I worked with him back at Royal Entertainment. So it's amazing to see these people stick with the craft. You know, the game has changed. Hip hop has changed so much.
Yeah.
And you're able to take that, I don't want to call it old school style, but I'll play Allentown rappers to people from Philly or something. They're like, wow, that has a sound. Like it's,
oh, okay.
I don't know. It reminds me of like early 2000s, like mid 2000s, but it's aged well. The song length is.
Yeah, we try to keep that real like East Coast sound that kind of drifted off over the years. Like you start seeing everybody from like New York and Jersey and all the tri-state area and everything, they just start changing their sound, like trying to sound like Chicago or trying to sound like down south trap. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that was big in the early 2000s. Everyone wanted to sound.
Yeah.
It's whatever was popping, whatever sounded good. But I think your ear for production is that sounds like 2026. That style of sampling reminds me, I mean, you're inspired by the greats like Ye.
Mm-hmm.
You can speak on that, but
Yeah, like I'm inspired by a lot of the producer rappers over the years. So like people like Kanye, RZA, Dr. Dre, people like that was equally as nice as an artist as they were a producer,
Mhm.
that's like what I'll be that's what I'll be striving to be like. So I feel like that it's a people, it was people that came in the game and they produce, but then they try to rap and it ain't that good. Or they rap and they try to produce and it ain't that good. So like the ones that could do both equally, to me, like that's where the real talent is at.
I think each one makes you better at the other one too. Like if you know how it goes, like I'm gonna shout out Get Us a Win. I was just listening to when you go on it and you have a flow, a cadence that you keep through the whole way, it fills in the blank spots of the beat.
Yeah.
So it's all one thing. You just as soon as that drops, I've seen you perform it a couple times now. I actually got footage of it. I was going to cut it up. Maybe I'll put it in with this episode.
Oh, okay.
I got it in 4K right in the center of the crowd and everyone just starts moving together. So that's dope. But I'm curious, clearly you love music. What's it like to work with people that once inspired you?
To me, that's like, it's feeling like, I don't want to say feel like you made it, but it's like, it's kind of rewarding because you like, a lot of people want to work with people that they look up to, like whether you're a basketball player and you want to play with LeBron or something like that, or football player, you wanted to play with Brady or whoever. And then on the hip hop scene, like I always, the people that I be working with is like people that I was actually fans of first before I got to work with them. So me being a fan of them, it made me draw towards wanting to work with them and trying to reach out and send music and it wound up just going in my favor. But like artists like French and Max B and Benny the Butcher, like those are people that I actively listen to in the car, like on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to those guys, especially Benny.
Like, you don't be realizing how big they really are because when you know them, and then like when you actually go out in the clubs or the shows and you see how people react, you're like, damn, this is a person that really made it and made they way in the game.
Sure, man. You still learning stuff from working with them?
Yeah, every day I'm learning something. Whether it's like becoming a better artist, like songwriter wise, or if I pull up to the show and I'm watching and I'm learning, all right, now I could become a better performer. I'm picking up pieces, like, just watching and being a student of the game before anything.
That's fine.
That's important because a lot of people, they just go and a lot of stuff go over their head. But like me, when I pull up to events and even if I go to the studio or whatever, it's like I'm taking notes and I'm learning something while I'm there.
That's fire, man. That's fire. I think people don't realize that whatever career you're going to do, people look at rap as, because a lot of people do it and don't take it to any sort of level, or they don't have a love for it. They're in it for the wrong reasons from the gate. So they don't get what they want out of it because, the intentions weren't there.
Yeah.
When you get into what it takes to be successful in the rap game, it's not just writing lyrics. It's not just making beats.
That's the easy part.
It's a presence.
It's about your marketing. It's about your network. It's about going out and really striving to get it. And then like writing music and everything, that's the part that you already know naturally without learning. Like it's just a natural talent. So that's the easy part. I always tell artists like, yeah, you can record the music, but what happens after the music is laid down? What you do after that? To me, like that's way more important. It's about getting that music to the right ears because sometimes you might have a good product, but it's not being shown to the people that want to buy it.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I always use the example of Seal. You made that song Kiss on the was it Kiss on the Rose on the
Kiss
grave?
on the Rose, whatever. Yeah. I remember the video.
Yeah. They put that record out, had a whole nother video and everything. It didn't do good at all. It didn't chart nothing. And then they redid it and added on the Batman soundtrack and all that, made it a little more cinematic.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the biggest records of the 90s right there.
For sure. I can't even think of what movie that was on.
Batman. I think it was Batman Returns.
You just said it, Batman Returns.
Yeah.
I was young when that came down, but it played for 10 years after that. So we still saw the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure they're still getting royalties off that.
Yeah,
but
most definitely.
You got like even while we're on music, you got Tech Nine who had a whole album out on a label and then re-released the same album but marketed a different way.
Yeah. That guy's a genius right there.
Yeah. So how much of you're an entrepreneur Always. I mean, hip hop is entrepreneurial in general. So I think a lot of people cross over with that. But what kind of business were you into? Or
so I feel like hip hop is always the door opener to do other things. Like you can't just become a multimillionaire just off just being a rapper. I mean, you could, but it's so hard to just only be a rapper and like really be at the top of where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So like, I look at people like 50 Cent, Diddy, you know, the ones that was artists, but they were entrepreneurs. So 50 took his bread, reinvested it, did vitamin water. Dr. Dre invested into, did the Beats by Dre. He did all kinds of stuff. Clothing, colognes, Ciroc, all that. You know what I mean? So like, the thing, what I tell people is when you're an artist, you become a brand. So your brand has equity. So you can attach your brand to anything and then make money off of that. So I could be like, yo, I want to sell these cups. I might be, every podcast, I'm sitting there drinking a cup, whatever. Eventually people going to be like, yo, I want one of those too. So like, you're using the music and the brand that you created from doing music to branch off and make money off other stuff. So like, that's why it's always been important to me to like get going with the merch, with selling, like having my beat website, selling loops, stuff like that people could feel like what they're doing is they investing into you as opposed to just being a consumer. But
is that like the licensing model?
Yeah.
Like just how, so that's a vision just to, when you were saying like, can you make it just off rap? The thing I was thinking is like, you got like a 4-year run of the way music sounds, and any artist has been around for 12
Lucky
years.
If you get more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like 2 years. You know what I mean? So you got to drop a different project in a different genre a year and a half later.
You got to always, we live in a world now where like, if you don't do nothing for like a whole month that go by, you ice cold.
Yep.
Like you could go from being hot at the top of the game right now. Let's say like right now, a lot of people been hitting me since that Coke Wave album dropped. If I don't do nothing in the next 30 days, it all goes away.
Yeah. That's why I was like, make sure I get back to you. First off, thank you for how slotted your time is, making the time to come home and hit this podcast. You know what I mean? It's a big interview for us, as well as I think when people look you up, because my stuff, people will find this interview looking you up and be able to see if they want to go long form, like what's the mind behind it? How does it go down? It's not a 10-minute slot where we play the track real quick, you shout a couple people out. I love that and I miss that. Yeah. You know, that's what inspires me being in media. Yeah. But the gates are down. We could do this for the next 2 hours. I mean, I know we're busy, but there's no limit to creating. There's no gate to putting it out everywhere. So it's fire, you know? And I think when you can go from doing what you love to doing it on a national, hitting the things, and then also knowing that that's not it. Like, I think people expect that to be the end of the story. You made it. Like you said, it's that feeling. You said it feels like you made it. You didn't say it's like I made it.
Yeah.
So
to me, making it is like, you don't have to do nothing today and you still gonna make money. Because like right now, I'm still at the point where I still have to grind every day. I might make money every day, but it's because I'm getting up and I'm getting to it every day. But like if I could get up and I could not do anything for a couple days and I'm still making money in my sleep, making money while I'm doing leisure activities or whatever, or I'm doing this business, but I'm still making money off this one, and they all working themselves, you know what I mean? Yeah. To me, that's like when you made it.
Yeah, that's control over your time.
Like completely. Elon Musk, he don't ever got to work again. He does it because he wants to be great and he's always chasing like, you know, being more than what he was yesterday. Yeah. And I feel like that's the only way you can really get to that point anyway, is by having that type of mindset. So like you're never content with what you have. You're always like you're thankful for what you have, but you're not content. So you're thankful that you made it this far, but you know that you could go further.
Yeah, I think the gratitude at every level kind of helps keep you grounded and stuff like that. But I say the same thing. It's like when I'm in creative and you get into cameras, it's like they make cameras past what your eyes could see.
Yeah.
Why are we going there, dog? Nobody can see it. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be that crisp and that crazy. So I make choices based on how I put my content out and what the medium is. To be honest, I want people listening.
Yeah.
I think this is the most important piece. It's got to sound good.
Oh, yeah.
The people that I'm not in that market. I don't watch people talk besides a clip. I don't watch even my favorite podcast for an hour.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to move with what the medium is. So people, are there levels I could go? Could I get crazier cameras? Could I get crazier mics? I mean, yeah, you could put your shit in a space shuttle and have it sounding like heaven. But, you know, you do the tools for what you have to do. I love this one piece of content I saw. You were walking down the street somewhere and they came up to you and pulled you in the studio and y'all just made a song on the spot.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Get in the Room.
Get in the Room. That was dope.
And we really did that song like it wasn't really like we pre-made it and then just did that video. Like I did the song right on the spot and everything.
Yeah.
They made the beat right there. I wrote to it. By the time they was done with the beat, laid it down, recorded, right? Like really, it was right on the spot.
Yeah. So you need the tools to do stuff like that. And it's you know, as a creative, it's an energy. You know what I mean? So just to be, you had like this would be a different piece of content if it was all dreary outside, came outside, it's nice. You know what I mean? Grab something to drink and then make some content that could live forever. It could be, you know, who knows what comes from it. But I wanted to pick your brain on what it's like to work with the idols, what it's like to, you know, have a hustle mentality before going into doing it. Because I think people see it and they think that without watching it, that you just got put on
out
there.
of nowhere, right?
You know what I mean? Because to them, it's just presented now. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's like, who's this? We're looking it up. But
yeah, I'm glad you said that because people do be thinking that. And I be trying to tell them, like, bro, it was years hitting people up, not getting no replies, pulling up the shows, not really getting to speak to nobody. Just doing beats over and over again and feeling like nobody's listening to them, recording songs, feeling like it's not getting streamed and all of that. It's like I had to keep doing that over and over again before I realized, like, damn, I'm doing something wrong. Like, let me figure out like what in my workflow am I doing that I could change to make it more effective. So like I'm making beats, I'm emailing them to people, but am I following up? Am I pulling up and meeting these people face to face and, you know, having real conversations? Am I keep trying, like, do I keep trying to get my phone number to the rapper, or do I get a little bit smarter and talk to the manager or the people that's on the entourage that that really do care about that? The artist ain't really in the mind a lot of times when you talk to them. You got to talk to the manager. They always on business all day. So it's like little things I had to pick up and learn over the years. And it took some time. It was a learning curve. But like once you get it going, like once that ball is rolling, it just gets, you know how that go when you start off small and roll down the hill, you get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah.
That's fire, man. I wanted to pull back to you said about the equity when you have a brand or you have people following you and there's some weight behind your name.
Yeah.
Where I weigh that, and what I think is commendable is even on social, you got, you know, everything is 50, 100 comments with emojis, you know what I mean, with the airplanes.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like the take flight that exists as an emoji, blended into that online world, and people can see that engagement because they don't pay for followers. Like that was a game for a little bit to have.
Yeah,
you know,
all that does is destroy your engagement.
Yeah, if they're not
visibility. Yeah,
but for them to see, or then you see like the waves with the Coke Boys, like it's just dope to have some sort of brand or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I tried to push the crowns, but I'm not consistent with it. I don't live in that social world like I should.
There's gonna be a lot of days where it feel like it ain't going nowhere, and then out of nowhere it just start clicking people. Like there was times where I just put in airplane emojis and it wasn't clicking to people, you know what I mean? And then after a while it just catch on. they associate you with that.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So what else we got? Your community work. I mean, I'm wearing the shirt for the Hip Hop Off the Wall.
Oh yeah.
I think this was the first event I had been to that you did. We had crossed paths on other things, but I remember telling someone I was on my way, and the first thing they said is, "Your Red throws great events." Didn't do it often, but whatever he throws is well put together and stuff. So we walked into Hip Hop Off the Wall. They had all sorts of artists. I can't shout all of them. I did meet, shout out to Caddy Mike.
Oh yeah, smart guy.
Yeah, I saw him at the Streetwear Expo, so
Mike
followed
Deco
him on
was there.
Instagram.
He was one of the artists, Mike Deco.
At Hip Hop Off the Wall?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I was talking to you and I thought you were on music. I saw you at the Streetwear Expo too. I got pictures of your artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, off camera, we got Mike Deco, some management with Red. So they're over here. You guys probably can't hear them on the audio, but if I get time to really produce this, I just dropped yesterday. So if I get time to produce this right, I'll take the pictures of your artwork. Show me which ones you want to put up.
Yeah.
And then we'll get you off camera and get you thrown in here. See what eyes come off it.
Yeah.
Because that's what's the culture of the city. That's what, my son's making music now. He performed at the Ultimate Streetwear Expo. And I'm putting him on, like, the part I hate about the game is the nepotism. So I'm not just going to tell him, work with the best producers. Like, I told him, make sure you put out 5 tracks.
Yeah.
He's at 11. So I'm like, okay. So he's playing guitar, self-producing. He's young enough where he could figure out, does he want to, be the Da Vinci of music, play, sing, mix his own stuff and record, or does that bottleneck you at some point, Yeah,
I want to add to that too, though. I know the word nepotism itself got like a bad stigma to it or whatever, but I feel like that's one of the rewards of grinding hard and building something is that you can speed the process up for your kids. So like if you got resources and a network and people around you, people, they hate on nepotism because they probably don't have no family members that could speed them through, I feel like it's only when you give it to an undeserving child or kid or whatever, you know what I mean? But like if the kid really work and grind and really want it like as bad as you do, I feel like that's one of the beauties of this, is that you could pass something on to your kids and let them get a quicker route through the game, and maybe they could just be greater than what we were.
For sure, but you hit on a key point. They got to put the work in.
They got to earn it.
Like you know what I mean? You send your kid to school for the craft that you did, even if you don't have a degree, and then they end up taking over the company and bringing it into the new era. That's awesome. So I speak based on what people think of as, all right, we just planted someone in the industry. They get to take artists' money from the people doing it. When I speak on nepotism, sure, I'll introduce him to people, but when he's ready, because I can't waste someone's time, just like I wouldn't want them. You know what I mean? I've been designing logos and doing artwork. I got artwork all up and down Hamilton. I can't do it for free. Just like even my family pays me. Like how, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
If you've been asking me for 10 years to do a logo, okay, maybe it's time. Shout out to anyone that's been following me and just, for whatever reason, we couldn't work. I'm in a good place right now. We'll make something happen, Yeah. We have stuff going on with the I Create magazine, photography and stuff for that. So I've got an outlet to inspire the kids and let them know they could get it. I can't tell my son at 15 what the industry is going to be like in even 5 years. So he's going to have to navigate that,
Yeah.
I could hope he could get from music that expression of soul, that like,
I feel you.
I got no problem with any sort of rap if it's well produced and it translates that feeling. Like you could tell somebody loved making it, or they're telling their story, or anything like that.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the problem sometimes with like a lot of the music execs or like artists. They have kids and they do music and they just feel like they're just being lazy about it. They're just putting anything out. It's almost like AI. But you got some people where the kids, they really take it serious and passionate about it.
Yeah.
So if you got that, that's a great thing to have.
For sure.
Yeah.
You learn some things. I think music translates, even if you don't take it to the levels you did, it translates to other things. Like just how the entrepreneur could help out with music.
Yeah.
Just being able to speak or perform in front of a crowd or grab the presence in a room. That's translatable skills to other stuff. So I also don't paint a pretty picture. Like, can my son sing? Is he talented for 15? Crazy talented.
Yeah.
But you know how many people make hit music every day?
Yeah.
Since we did this podcast, 100 hits came out, maybe 30, I don't know, maybe 20. But my point is every day somebody's putting out something that people could adapt to. It all depends on timing. It depends on what sort of brand stuff there is. So like I put him together a website, but he's got to tell me what he wants to add to it, how he wants to sell merch from it. So
yeah, that's dope.
If he got royalties and a website that he owns by 18, I could put him in touch. He still has to do the work, but it's like, that's technically nepotism if we want to do it. But that's like you said, that's the point.
Yeah.
I didn't come in with any network. I'm one of the first in my close family to start a business at all.
Oh,
and I just found out my son made $200 off a logo. I'm like,
that's dope.
That's crazy. If you get your skills up, I got some work for you from there. But, you know, you set the example. You see, like, he's performing on stage. I remember that first time I performed, you know what I mean? And he had more people at his first performance than I'm sure a bunch of people do. Because shout out to Paz.
That means you're doing your job then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think so. Definitely. Well, we'll see what happens. Gotta keep him away from those girls and drugs and other stuff that happens with life.
Yeah.
But what do you got coming up? I know you can't talk about it. One thing that stuck out, you posted, I commented on it. I wasn't even going to tell people we did this. I posted a clip wearing the shirt and playing Make America Wavy. So somebody's going to know you're here. But no, I don't talk about anything could have happened. Things could have canceled. So how I look, say in a week or two, we're going to drop this.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, it's just a lot better. You set yourself up, one, for having a target, and I'll let you speak on it. But to me, it meant like, A, I got a target on my back. Two, like now I got a timeline that I got to do this.
Yeah.
You can't talk for something for 3 years.
Yeah. And I feel like the more like you start getting on in this game and you start doing stuff that people start paying attention, I feel like it gets harder because now you got to keep up. Like before, let's say like where your son is at, he could drop music leisurely. He could really sit back, think about it, and drop it as he feels like is a good time or whatever. Whereas once you get the people's attention, you got to be always like this. It got to be quantity and quality together at the same time. One can't be more than the other. And it's like you got to be efficient. You got to be consistent. And I feel like consistency is the only thing that got me to turn my L's into W's anyway. Because that consistency is like people, you want to, people like to be fans of winners and people that's constantly catching wins. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you just, think about how many dope artists we seen that we like, dang, if only he just dropped more music. Like, I know he'd be bigger than what he is. And sometimes it just be simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It ain't that complicated sometimes.
The worst thing to do is, drop an album 5 years after it was supposed to drop. You work on perfecting something. I tell myself the same stuff with content. Like, the show is the show, but it's also the clips that come from it, the picture. Like, more people will like the picture of the guest on the show than actually take the hour to get to know an artist and see what's up. I just love putting it out there that it exists. Yeah. And like the same way you said you could make money outside of just the music that you're doing, I love how people focus on, what's your sponsorship like? How much are you making off the podcast? It's like, do my hourly rate to charge for how to use this tech and stuff. Like the amount I paid on taxes just outside of the podcast or sold creative services. I'm producing 2 podcasts now.
Yeah.
I'm working on branding for another one we're launching in a couple weeks. So does it translate to other stuff? Sure. Like I'm busy enough to be able to do this as a hobby for fun. Like this is all I could go. The sponsorship, all that'll come, but this exists to co-create content and people tell their stories. I have creators on here, and as it got bigger and bigger, like you said, you're with people who you look at, inspire, but you look at them for work, and you're looking at people, look at them like idols in the club and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was just talking with a friend about that. He'll be at parties in LA, and he's in the AI, he's like an engineer with me, and he'll be like, that's cool when somebody did something crazy. Everybody be like, oh, the person's a platinum. He's like, oh, that's super cool. And I don't know, maybe we're like slightly on the spectrum with this, but that whole star thing, like I respect people for what they did and the game that they played and being successful in it for a super long time.
Yeah.
You know, being able to be 4-dimensional as an artist, have the music, but also the social content's crazy.
Yeah. Being transparent is winning the game right now too. So that's just a thing of what you just said, like showing the people more, letting them know more about the real you, not just you, the artist. You know what I'm saying? People want to feel like they could relate to you and they think the same way. And oh, he liked the same food I like, or his favorite color the same favorite color as me. We like the same sport team. You know. Sometimes that's how you really gain fans, is by having common interests.
Being relatable and stuff like that.
And the only way you could do that is by having that content and showing people. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I know the game is social and the negative content goes crazy. You got something negative, that's the easiest way to go viral. So I knew getting into this game, I'm like, so you're going to have a podcast about just a theme, not even like all guests in the same sort of thing. Some of my listeners don't even listen to rap at all. So I think that's beautiful. They don't even listen to rock or anything. You know what I mean? Their English is their second language. So it's just crazy that somebody could connect where, I don't know, somebody could be selling textiles in Saudi Arabia. I don't know. Because they listen to it and they're like, oh, okay, I see American culture does that. Like when you have themes like mafia or things where like, you remember, I'd say like mid 90s, maybe late 90s, it was very influenced in hip hop. Everything like was just like influenced by that. Like it was like
every rapper was a mobster.
For sure. Yeah. You know, everything was a family. It's like, you know, you have themes or something that goes with it. So I think it's dope that people are still creating. I saw one that said, if you're over 30 and rapping, and it was one of those ones like public service. It's like, listen, man, we need to keep doing that. Like, it's not that the art is dead, but there's still lyrics to be said, stories to be told.
Yeah.
You know,
and the thing about hip hop, the demographics has grown over the years. So like when hip hop first came around, it was like something older people didn't listen to. It was just younger crowd, right? Like people that was like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. People that was like in their 30s and up wasn't listening to rap like that. Then as time goes on, those 18-year-olds turn into 28-year-olds, and those 28-year-olds turn into 38-year-olds, and so on. 38 to 48, and so on like that. So I feel like what happened over time is that the demographic grew. So now you got an artist that could cater to a 15 to 20-year-old audience. You got somebody that could cater to more like a 20 to 25. Then it goes up to like 30 to 40. You know what I mean? So I feel like as long as you know what your audience is and you cater to that audience, then you can be successful in this game.
That's fire.
Like if I'm over 30, I'm not going to be making my music for kids that's 15 years old.
Yeah, I think that's where it gets weird. Now you're right. There's just the ears off to it. Like,
now don't get me wrong. Sometimes you get a big crossover hit. Yeah. So kids will know, like there's 15, 20 kids who know who Rick Ross is and know who French Montana is and know who, you know, other rappers that are over 30 years old. But it's like, that just comes naturally when you get a real big hit. But like when you cater to your audience, like Benny the Butcher, for example, he caters to his audience of people that like his type of music. And he's always going to be winning doing that. Just like Lil Uzi got his audience of people that he catered to. Which
sure.
those are two completely different crowds of people. And they both making money off it.
I think right around Skinny Jeans was when it was that crossover where people, I don't want to say we're too old to be making it for kids, but you look like you just be in different spots.
Mm-hmm.
Be in different spots than you would be before. Different stuff interests you. You know what I mean? Like I'll enjoy going to my son's in school for music. So when they have the choir or the recital and stuff, like that's still music.
Yeah.
People think that rappers only listen to rap. You know what I mean? Like,
I
like
listen to everything.
Music is music. Yeah.
Sometimes I go days without listening to rap. Because if you just listen to the same stuff over and over again, your mind never going to expand.
No, for sure.
If you just listen to trap stuff all day, that's all you're going to be thinking about. And that's the only thing you think it sounds good. It's trap. That's why like real artists that really get big, they experiment with different types of rap and different genres of music. Like when you look at the Kanyes and the Jay-Z's and the Drake and, you know, people that really is at the top of the game, Kendrick Lamar, people like that, you can't box them in. They dip in and out of the lane.
Drake got an Afro Beats album. And,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what that is like important as an artist is to like make your demographic as big as possible.
Yeah, be marketable to different stuff.
Still directed towards your demographic, but like try to find little things like, all right, how can I take what I got and then grow it a little bit without compromising like who I am, and you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's a little thought behind it, but once you get that strategy down pat, like you could really win. And that's like what I'm working on right now. Is just trying to take what I got and then like, okay, which lane can I dibble in and out of? Because you got to pick the right lanes that you do that too.
Yeah.
So like if you pick the wrong ones, it ain't gonna match for you.
And if you're doing events all the time, you don't got time to actually put the work in and produce the stuff. Like, I'm sure you didn't just sit there for 15 minutes, say this is going to be the sample and blend everything and the timing and the pitch shifts. I'm sure that took some time. Like, so you gotta, it's like I say being in front of the camera and back of the camera. At least I find myself balancing like how much can I be showing or saying I'm doing. Cause I had Roy Schuler on here. He's a actor. He was on, it's gonna mess with me now. Godfather of Harlem.
Okay.
He had a part in Godfather of Harlem season 2, I believe it was. And he said, don't announce departures, confirm arrivals.
Yeah, I like that.
It's the same thing along what you said. Like, just don't tell them till it's done.
Yeah. I learned that the hard way. Because sometimes you got people, they don't want to see. Like, let's say you be like, yo, I got something such coming soon or whatever. You got people that will like wish bad on it. People be having all kinds of like negative energies and stuff, and you don't want it to get it attached to what you got going on. You don't want like, you don't want people to try to make phone calls and do, you know what I mean? Like,
what's the worst thing is a deadline to push something out before it's ready.
Yeah.
Sometimes just an extra day to sleep on it and be like, all right, man, these descriptions are like a little messed up, or I got to get collaborator. You know, shout out to Allie A. Mac McGuire, Platinum Award winning audio engineer. We just dropped her episode yesterday. And she texted me right before this. I didn't have her friended. Like, I had her number and stuff, but I didn't have her friended, so I couldn't tag her and everything. So when I dropped, I got to go back and tag everything now today.
Oh, okay.
I said, hold up, I'm recording. But, you know, shout out to her. If you guys are listening to this and you haven't listened to that episode, listen to the last couple, man. We had Jack 9 up here, other Allentown legend.
Yeah.
So that was cool, you know, putting together the story of this city and the talent that came from it.
It's a lot from this town.
For sure. Yeah. You got anyone you want to shout out? I mean, I know how our city will get mad if we don't shout them out. You know what I mean? Like, you shout out 49 of the 50 rappers.
I know, you always forget somebody, right?
For sure.
I just want to shout out everybody that's been a part of the journey and been supporting and like played some type of part, whether it be directly or indirectly, just sharing a post, comment, liking, just to keep the algorithm going and all that. Those are people that I'll be wanting to shout out.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
It's a nice catch-all and go from there, man.
Yeah.
I just want to, in general, shout out the creators, rappers, the entrepreneurs, because I think people think that you have to have like a $30 million business to be an entrepreneur. Like, I think people struggle with calling themselves an entrepreneur. And when I realized at an early age that my place in this city was making it look good, every city got a rap style.
Yeah.
There's a regional look. I'm going to shout him out specifically. Tony Super Freak Duncan.
Oh, yeah.
Helped bring a look to this area that was in heavy demand, and it lasted like that for years. So
yeah, he did.
I wouldn't be able to do what I did without him for what he did, for kind of laying that there. He was the only one at that time. So
I remember that.
Yeah, so kind of putting that together, making a look for stuff that eventually got me into Sands Event Center. They were looking for that club look. They were aimed at college kids. So it's that's when I realized, like, okay, there's a market for this stuff everybody thinks is for kids. Same with hip hop. Same with everything that they said wouldn't be marketable. And now it's like $1 trillion businesses, or at least billion. So that's dope, man. I appreciate you putting on the community stuff, doing everything you've done. Continue to shout us out.
Oh, yeah. Anything, and if anybody watching, y'all got stuff that you need me to be a part of with the community, I'm always for it. Anything I can help out and be a part of. Me and the team, they like doing stuff like that as well. So we always here for the community.
That's fire, man. That's fire. Don't got nothing to plug, because I'm sure you got 3 or 4 things in the chamber for this year, but we'll see them when they drop. You want to drop your socials?
Everything is at Red McFly. We got new music videos about to drop within the next week. I got new projects that I've been helping produce. More music from French and Max. Stuff with
more music.
A lot of rappers,
Welcome
they
home,
already
Max.
working on the next projects.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
That's fire.
So, those are people I look up to. They make me want to work like that. You know what I mean?
That's fire, man. That's fire.
Yeah.
Keep that energy going. Keep the wave going, man.
Definitely.
It's dope stuff. So, I mean, we could land the plane unless there's anything else you wanted to put together. We're at about 42 minutes. I mean, that's clean. Got anything else you want to chat about?
Just keep your eyes peeled on everything we got going on this year. We dropping a lot of music, and we trying to be a part of more stuff with the community, like I was just saying. Shout out my guy Paz. He be getting me involved with a lot of stuff with that. And then just stay in tune, stay on the flight, because we always elevate and taking flight.
It's fire, man. All right, that's another episode of I Will Not Lose podcast. Make sure you follow me at T.O. the Designer on all socials. We got everything consolidated with the new I Will Not Lose podcast.com. And this episode is brought to you in part by the Nexus Network. It is a community of AI enthusiasts that share both information as well as education. We featured their sponsorship episode. That's on the page. It'll probably be about a week or 2 till this drops. So go and check out stuff from mid-January. 2 episodes this year already. And thank you for listening to another episode of I Will Not Lose podcast. To support the show, visit iwillnotlosepodcast.com. You can subscribe to your favorite podcast player, share the episode link, leave a comment. Your contribution is greatly appreciated. And if you're listening in and can't see the QR code for donation, go to tothedesigner.com/links, and there's instructions to donate up there. Thanks so much.